What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link is in the description box also. They asked me to put it up. I put it up. This video, though, is entitled Don't Dump Your Family and Friends for Your Spouse. See, this is where things get tricky, right? You meet somebody, you fall in love, lust, or infatuation. And when you do this, you dump your families and friends. And when you dump them, you kind of use the person that you with as a low-key excuse to X out your family and friends. And what I mean by that is this. You know, there are some people who say some people actually got isolated. You know, they dated somebody who was insecure, and to keep the peace, they figured to stay with that person, but ultimately they isolated themselves and walled themselves off from their family and friends, and that's how people get like abused. But I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is, you know, sometimes you got family that you don't like, but they're still your family. Usually you don't rock with them no way. But there are certain circumstances where certain people you don't rock with, but you still depend on them, right? But when you meet somebody new, you don't know them no more, right? So, because you got somebody in your life and you in love and lust and infatuation, you know, now you don't need them anymore. Now, you know, basically what's going to happen is you better hope that relationship lasts forever, because now if it doesn't, you going, oh, it was, you know, I had a breakup and, you know, we good, we all back. We not good, and it's not all back to the way it was. Because if the relationship was so cool, you should have been comfortable with your family, right? Even the family you depended on, that you didn't rock with. And this is worse when you have family that you really are really tight with. You meet somebody new, and now you throw them away. You know, they've been there for you since day one, literally. You know, but now you met somebody, and now they not your day one no more. They just a side thought. You know, now they your side family, your side friend. So now what? Because if it doesn't work out, you got to go back to this family. And this is where it gets messed up. Because a lot of times, you know, when you change, when you switch up, your family and friends are not going to look at you switching up as if it's the person that you met that's got you acting like this. No, it's going to get looked at like you've been waiting on a situation to bail. So this is your opportunity. So now that you have your opportunity, there you go. Here's what it is. So now that, you know, you've moved on and you bailed on them, and when that relationship comes to an end, now you want to go back to the family that you was rocking with, right? Because we family. We always stick together through thick and thin. Blood is thicker than water, so they say. Because what winds up happening is you can't explain how blood wasn't thicker than water when somebody else came in the picture. And on top of that, you might leave that relationship saying, the reason I wasn't around y'all is because of my ex. And the people will be like, well, you could have told your ex the reason, why you didn't want to be around us was because we was messed up. So who you really gonna believe? This is why you shouldn't dump your family and friends for your spouse, because you never know when you're gonna need your family and friends again. And also, if you really don't rock with your family and friends like that from jump, don't involve them in your relationship. And don't make them have to take you back for your relationship either, Because a lot of times you create that same issue when you tell your family and your friends about how bad your spouse is, and now you make the energy all uncomfortable. It's it's like, why they got a problem with me? Oh, because you've been talking bad about it. So see, the common denominator is usually you. You talk bad about your spouse. You talk bad about your family. Now let's get to the friends. You talk bad about your friends. See, this is your friend. And this is why you shouldn't. The friends, I think, is worse. Because friends aren't your family. Friends, in we gonna have way more family and far less true friends. And sometimes your true friends may be people in your family, and sometimes you may have friends that are truer to you than your own family. But when you get in a relationship, there ain't nobody. Problem. Big problem. So now that you're in one of those situations where you dumped your friend. See, you calling, you don't call your friend as much. You don't come by. You don't invite your friend over. You don't go, you don't never, you and your spouse don't go hang out with your friends. To the point where in some instances, the person you with gotta ask, are those really your friends? Because if they're really your friends, how come we don't kick it with them? You really don't love your family like that or something? Because if that's really your family, how come we don't kick it with them? And on the other end, you got the situation where you got family and friends, but more so friends. It's like, okay, I don't like your friends. I don't like your family. So I don't want to be around them. So now you feel like you stuck between a rock and a hard place. But guess who was there for you before that person came along? Your family and your friends. So if you made the choice for them over your family and friends, and they don't have as much skin in the game as your family and friends, you tripping. On top of that, you have these situations where they're your family. I mean, not family. They're your friends. But you want your friends to be comfortable with you throwing your friends away like trash. And then when a relationship doesn't work out, come back. We good. And some of y'all have friends that y'all crushing on that may be of the opposite sex. Oh, that is supposed to, come patch you up if it doesn't work. And sometimes some of y'all don't realize, when you move on and you leave your friend in the dust, they might be hurt, but you give them license to move on too. So if you decide you want to come back to your friend might be moved on with somebody else. Maybe a new friend, maybe a new partner. And now, you're stuck you know, you're the odd one out. You're the eyeball. You're the third wheel. And now you want your friend to be the friend that they was before you dumped them. And it's not gonna happen. It's no go. This is why you shouldn't dump your family and friends for your spouse. We out.